UK, over the past 2 years, over 100 libraries have been taken over by volunteers or closed completely. There are some nowadays who would argue that libraries are an anachronistic convention and public spending should be channeled away from them. I disagree, and I think you should too. In 2011, World Book Night held their first huge UK giveaway. I got to present many young readers with Love in the Time of Cholera. And I also got to hear such beloved authors as Margaret Atwood and Philip Pullman read their works aloud to a half-frozen mass of book lovers all crowded into Trafalgar Square.
Anything you like can happen there. Spaceships and skin-tight uniforms, ray guns, Martians with the bodies of giant squids, that sort of thing.
One of the guests that evening was Alan Bennett, whom I'd heard of, often accompanied with the phrase British treasure, but whose books I'd never read. He read out an extract from one of his works about his mother in hospital, which managed to be both saddening and humorous, but then refused to quit the stage. I don't know if the organisers knew what he had planned. There seemed to be a ripple of anxious surprise move through everyone involved. But he held on to his microphone for a moment longer and spoke in defence of public libraries. What he said stuck with me.
I've said it many times already, but it's worth saying again. Closing libraries is child abuse.
When I remember myself as a child, it is within the folds of a library. This room of mine wasn't always a tightly crammed box of books. I didn't start owning books until I first loved books. And books and I were introduced by libraries. I honestly can't imagine the person I would be today if libraries hadn't been my refuge, my canvas, my portal to other worlds. Libraries can provide so much for those who utilise them. They can be somewhere to access the internet for those who don't have a computer at home, somewhere to hunt for jobs for those currently unemployed. They can simply be a quiet place to freely be in for a portion of your day. When I was between jobs and between universities, going to the library gave me a reason to leave my house every day. It gave me a place to work uninterrupted, and the tomes around me inspired things in me. Libraries then can be said to provide these people who need them unto the rest of the world. The statistics that are cited saying less people use libraries nowadays in our internet-entangled age, I don't doubt them, but I strongly disagree with the simplistic manner in which they're employed. Less people using libraries doesn't account for the effect that those who need libraries have on the greater whole, and in no way comments on the levels of insight, of understanding, and of happiness that are brought to those who do use libraries. You simply can't quantify the effect that art in its various forms has on people's lives. A great quote from Ian Anstice, a senior librarian, is, "Libraries are not a luxury item." And from my own experience and the experience of children I've worked with and the experience of those who frequent my local library, I must agree with Alan Bennett. Closing libraries is child abuse. To have a dedicated quiet place that is near you, where you can go and work or access the internet for free, or through books find knowledge and experiences like your own and stories that help you imagine others complexly. We need these things. This Project for Awesome video isn't affiliated with a single charity that you can simply go and donate money to. For each one of you, the situation of your local libraries will be different. What I would ask you to do, if my words have stirred anything in you, is to look at those libraries you can make a difference for. Whether that be through donating money to them, campaigning to your local government against library closures, or perhaps helping out for an hour a week, shelving books. Libraries are important. They should stay around a while longer.